I had just graduated from seminary, and I was finally out evangelizing. But I realized that I had no idea what I was doing. When I tried to spread the word to a friend, I realized I didn't even know the basics of Christianity, because when she asked me the simplest questions, I couldn't answer them. After I left, I was super upset, and I decided to go to a nearby park to contemplate what I should do next. Oh my goodness, are you the best-selling author Annie Kong?
Yeah, I'm writing my second book now, but my first book wasn't that easy.
So I wrote this story once and I spent 2 weeks on it. And I thought it was pretty good. So I emailed it to my friends and asked them to read it and edit it for me. But they thought it was really bad because of my grammar mistakes. I was so disappointed with myself, I decided to reread all of my grammar books. It was extremely successful and I became a New York Times bestseller. At one of my book signings, I had so many fans. It's been an amazing experience.
Oh, my editor just texted me. I gotta go. Bye.
Bye! Aren't you that super famous athlete that's going to the Olympics?
Yeah, I'm actually heading for the airport right now. And because the 2008 Beijing Olympics didn't go so well. I was racing against my rival in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. And halfway through the race, she pushed me. And I got a leg injury. So I was determined to finish the race. However, I still ended up getting the silver medal. I had to go to physical therapy and my doctor said I broke my leg. I had to walk on the crutches and relearn how to walk and run again. But it took a really long time. And gradually I was able to use my leg again. And here I am going to the 2016 Rio Olympics. My ride's here.
Oh shoot! It's a Pokemon!
Are you playing Pokemon Go?
Yeah, it's such a lit game.
I'm glad you like it. I actually designed some of the characters.
See? Oh, so cool! Pikachu looks so cute. How did you get that job?
Well, it's kind of a long story. It started when I was rejected by Disney.
I had just signed on for a major Disney film, but I realized that all the characters they wanted me to design were animals, and I didn't have too much experience in animal anatomy. The design I submitted, one of a penguin, was rejected by the head of animation. And so I went back to the basics and took animal anatomy classes. After a whole lot of lessons, finally I was able to sign a contract with Pokemon. And that's how I got around to designing the new Pokemon. I found that my experience in the animal anatomy classes really helped, especially when designing Pokemon that looked very similar to the animals that they're based off of.
Oh, but the Pokestop over there just refreshed for me. Have a nice day. It was good talking to you.
So, where are you headed?
Oh, I'm just taking a break from my shift at McDonald's.
So, do you like work as a chef?
Yeah, I cook the best food for the best people. But it wasn't always this way. I was on Top Chef, and I was making my specialty dish, Going in, I was very confident in my skills as a master chef to get a 10 out of 10 from the judge. I mixed the ingredients and put it in the rice cooker for a couple of hours.
3 hours later.
And then, afterward, what came out was my master dish, Doritos. And the judge really liked it. Afterward, the judge made me create a beverage. Well, when I was making the beverage, I was thinking, well, I have a lot of really good ingredients. I kind of just forgot about the importance of milk. Who needs milk? And then after I was done, the judge said it was trash, and I was devastated and shocked as how I did so poorly on it. So I thought and I wondered, and finally I realized that milk was the missing essential ingredient that I actually needed. I gave it back to the judge, and the judge rated it a 10 out of 10. Never have I ever been so happy in my life. It is impossible to claim to be a master at cooking and serving good, solid food if you can forget the simplest of ingredients, like milk. Alright, my break's over. I gotta go.
Hey, cool. Bye.
About this we have much to say, and it is hard to explain since you have become dull of hearing. For though by this time you ought to be teachers, you need someone to teach you again the basic principles of the oracles of God. You need milk, not solid food, for everyone who lives on milk is unskilled in the word of righteousness, for he is a child. But solid food is for the mature, for those who have their powers of discernment trained by constant practice to distinguish good from evil.
Hi, Professor.
Hi, Elaine.
Okay, so I was just talking to like 4 people, and they were telling me their life stories and how they didn't know the basics of what they did, and they had some struggles, but then they went back and relearned it, and now they're like super successful. And I realized that I didn't actually know the basics of Christianity, so I wanted to do the same as those 4 people and relearn everything so I can be a better Christian.
You should consider going to summer retreat.
That's a good idea.
Of course it is. Besides, the theme this year is basics.
I'll consider it. Thanks, Professor.
No problem.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Stop laughing!
It's not my fault.
We literally don't have time for this.
Oh my goodness, are you the best-selling author, Annie Kong?
Sorry.